This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by the all-new G Flex 2 from LG. Life's good. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mark Linsanger here from Techno Buffalo, and today we'll be taking a look at 3 paid games we're playing right now on Android. Now, last week we showed you guys some free games we were playing, and just like last week's video, today we're going to be using the LG G Flex 2, which is running the latest Snapdragon 800 series processor from Qualcomm. So these games that we're about to play should run pretty smoothly. Let's kick things off with XMen Days of Future Past, which is going for $3.99. Now, even though the movie's been out for quite some time now, this is the first time we're seeing it on Android. The game itself is a side-scroller, and it actually reminds me a lot of the old Super Nintendo XMen game I used to play when I was a kid. So if you know what I'm talking about, you get some pretty cool brownie points from me. Now, you'll be playing as Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops, Shadowcat, just to name a few characters. And talking about the game itself, it actually revolves around the same storyline as the movie. You're playing against a bunch of enemies in 2 separate timelines, the past and the future. And the controls aren't bad for a mobile game. Since it's a side-scroller, there's only a few buttons on here. The left and right button on the left-hand side of the device, and jump and attack swipes on the right-hand side of the device. Now, the game itself isn't super challenging, but just like when I first played Angry Birds, I wanted to get 3 stars in every stage, and that's how I feel about this game. So there's a little bit of replayability if you are a perfectionist. Overall, this is a really fun X-Men game. You can unlock new characters, costumes, upgrade your skills, and of course try to get 3 stars in every stage. I highly recommend it if you are an X-Men fan. The next one on our list is Monument Valley, which is going for $3.99. Now, in Monument Valley, you play as the silent princess Ida, and you have to navigate through 10 different levels. Seems pretty easy, right? Not really. So this is where your patience, your mind, and your eyes really need to work together. The game consists entirely of traversal puzzles, and you need to figure out a way for Princess Ida to reach the top of the towers. So each part of the tower can be twisted, extended, moved, or rotated around, and everything about Monument Valley is soothing, almost hypnotic. It's a really pretty game layered with warm colors and simple shapes. Now, I thought the game was pretty easy in the earlier levels, but once you get to the last couple of stages, it gets pretty challenging. It can be a pretty addicting game even if you're not into puzzle games like myself. The graphics, the music, the gameplay, it all works really well. Now, even though Monument Valley only has 10 stages, the gameplay is definitely worth the top dollar. There's an expansion available for $1.99 as an in-app purchase, and you'll get 8 additional stages on top of the original 10 stages. So the last one on our list is CounterSpy, which is going for $4.99. CounterSpy is a pretty awesome 2D, 3D side-scrolling game. You're a covert agent trying to avert a nuclear disaster by infiltrating Soviet bases, stealing missile launch plans, and eliminating enemies. Gameplay is pretty straightforward as well. You have your basic tutorials in the beginning teaching you how to move, how to shoot, hide from enemies, though the swipe gesture controls can be pretty weird at times. It'll definitely take some time getting used to. So the main objective of the game is to essentially locate 5 computers and destroy them, all while evading or killing the guards that get in your way. Now, there are 2 ways to kill an enemy in this game. You can either go in stealth and knock them down, or go loud and shoot everything in front of you. Additional objectives include unlocking safes, where you'll find blueprints to unlock new weapons and abilities for future missions. Now, mostly every part of this game is played from a 2D perspective. Hiding behind a cover will change the perspective to 3D, giving you an ideal outlook of what's in front of you. But for the most part, you're relying on the 2D aspect of the game. All in all, it's a pretty fun game and does a good job of keeping players engaged. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button below, and we will see you guys in the next one.